Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, Primary Teaching with Kyle. My name is Kyle. Hope you're all having a good Easter break. I think we've all definitely deserved it after the last couple of months teaching in schools. It's been very hard, very different, so I think we definitely all deserve it. So hopefully you're having a bit of time to relax. Myself, probably not as much as I probably need to. I've got an assignment, 3,000 word essay due in on the 20th of April, and then I'm trying to start applying for some jobs, and I've also got to get some lesson planning done for next term. So it's a bit of a busy time for me, but I will try to make sure that I get out as much as possible and see friends and family, because as of next Monday you can. Today's video is all going to be about what I'm doing right now, where I'm at right now in terms of my teaching journey, because it might help myself, it might help people in the same situation right now, but it also might help people in the future. I definitely, right now, this last week or couple of weeks, I've been looking a lot at YouTube videos from Learning with Liz, TES, Instagram little stories, loads of little tips and hints to get ideas about how to write a personal statement and how to sell yourself and what things you should put in there. So today's video is going to be all about that. Today's video is going to be about what should you put in a personal statement. Now, currently, I've only finished one, so it might not be very good, but I just thought I'd let you know where I'm at, what tips I've picked up, and then I might do another one of the videos in a couple of weeks and see which worked, which didn't. I might do a video in a month or two and go, oh, I didn't get the interview for that, or I did get the interview for that, and then kind of see what goes on from there, really. I'm feeling a bit better about applying for jobs, but there is still a big, and I hope other people feel like this as well, there is still a big kind of imposter syndrome going on, because you're applying for jobs in September, they start in September, but you're applying for them in March or April. It just feels so far away, and you just feel like, whoa, maybe I'm not ready to have a whole class on my own. So I kind of mull in that idea in my head sometimes, I think, with whoa, you know, am I ready to apply yet? Am I not ready to apply yet? But then actually, if you look back on where you were, you know, let's say 6 months in the future, where you're going to be, and then look back to where you started 6 months ago, you know, 6 months ago, it was September, October, I was hardly doing any teaching, really, like substantial teaching. I was doing maybe 1 or 2 lessons a week, and I was really struggling with that. And now in my second placement, I was doing blocks of lessons, and I really struggled with that, and now I'm getting better. And now going into my third placement, we're doing blocks of lessons again, but I'm already getting excited about the last half term, the last 6 weeks of the summer term, where I've been told by my class teacher that I'm going to be in charge of the whole topic. So in kind of how we're going to encompass all the subjects into the one topic of flight, and that's going to be me. So that's going to be really interesting. So I'm excited about that. So then how I'm going to be in 6 months could be just so far away. But it'd just be interesting to see if anybody else has felt the same way, that's all. So if you have, pop your comments down below. But if not, just let me know. I think it'd be interesting if other people have felt the same way when they've applied for jobs and they feel like it's quite far away. The last one is, I've found a few websites online and what my uni have linked. I will put all the links for where I found the jobs. This is obviously just for my area of Herefordshire, in the description, so you can have a little look yourself. I would suggest to sign up for the government.uk teaching vacancies. They've got a alert service, so you put your email in and they alert you anytime you get something in there in your area. So I think that's pretty good. Doesn't come up for everything, not all the jobs that come up on there, but it's a little help. Okay, so finally, let's get into the actual personal statement. The application form itself is relatively easy. You've just got to fill out, like you would for any job application, your job history or all that sort of stuff. It does take time, but it's easily doable. The big chunk of it is the personal statement, supporting statement, relevant skills and experience, whatever they want to call it. It's the bit where you sell yourself. Now, each job application is different. The one I've just finished was just add it onto the application form. Some of them I've seen already are fill out this application form and then send it a separate personal statement in a separate document. You can if you want. So yeah, there's lots of different things, lots of different ways to do it, but they're all generally the same and all generally how you're selling yourself. What are you? What's your strengths? What are your weaknesses as a teacher? The big one I would suggest, the big first thing that everybody says that I have to say as well, personalize it. Okay, personalize it to the school you're doing. Now, it's taken me 2 or 3 hours last night, 2 or 3 hours this morning for the one application, because I went through their website, looked at their behaviour policy, looked at their website where it said their values and ethos, and see if I could nick any of those, put them into my statement, and see if I could get it into there and link it and comment on it. Okay. And the biggest other tip I would give you as well is that I've found from research is really use lesson examples from what your own teaching is. So here's the 5 main bullet points of each of my paragraphs that I'm doing for my personal statement. So here are the 5 kind of bullet points that I gave myself for each of the paragraphs. The first one was introducing myself as my values, what things are clear to me, my little introduction, kind of why I'm doing my passion for teaching. The second one was all about the relevant experience for this specific job, to personalize it for that job. So for this job, it's 4 different job roles within one school, and they're not being specified on which key stage. So on this one, I've talked about both placements where I've worked in key stage 1 and key stage 2 and how that's helped me. Third paragraph, I've talked about behaviour management, SEN, and I kind of joined them together. And then I've looked at the school's policy of using house points and how I've used that before. And then again, because it's not specific to one year group, I've focused it on how I use different behaviour management schemes on different year groups. So that might be something you want to add in for the future. But if it's just one year group, I might just add it to one year group. The last 2 are about SEN and assessment, and again using how I've used assessment in different ways. So make sure I've talked about formative and summative and what's the point of it. And then the last paragraph was about my personal hobbies. Now obviously for me, I've got a very strong background in sports, so I used it for sports, and I really focused on how using sports in schools is really important to me and how I plan to use that. And then the last bit was ending on a really good positive, if I'm successful, I'm really looking forward to working within your school, that sort of stuff. So those are my 5 paragraphs and bullet points that I've gone from, that I will personalize for each school, but those are my basis that I can go from now.